नमस्कार। श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृतम्। तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदादतं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः। श्री रामकृष्ण कथामृतो प्रथम भाग प्रथम खंडो नवम परिच्छेद in this ninth chapter and Sri M's Chaturtha Darshan, the fourth visit of Sri M to Sri Ramakrishna at Dakshineshwar, just the very next day of his third visit. And the moment Sri M comes to the room, Sri Ramakrishna, who has been having a joyous time, a very fun time with his beloved children, Narendra, Bhavanath, all 19, 20-year-old young boys. Sri Ramakrishna is having a merry time with them, and suddenly seeing M, Sri Ramakrishna laughs out aloud with a big hearty laugh and tells these children, see, this fellow has again come. And as Sri M comes in, and for a change, this time he doesn't salute Sri Ramakrishna, he doesn't offer his obeisance to Sri Ramakrishna like doing namaste like this in the English educated Calcutta boy manner. No, today he has learnt how to make a Sashtanga Pranam, laying prostrate flat on the ground at the feet of Sri Ramakrishna. And Sri Ramakrishna tells the reason why he laughed out so loud at seeing Sri M again next day, same time, about the peacock. That once a peacock was fed opium at 4 p.m. And what happened? What was the result? That peacock, again the next day, same at 4 p.m., is very much present there for that dose of opium. And Sri M again today, that was the 5th of March, today 6th of March, again around 3 p.m., 4 p.m., M is present there in Sri Ramakrishna's room. And while Sri Ramakrishna met this fun of M didn't feel bad at all. It was a pure-hearted fun. That comment that Sri Ramakrishna made, that joke Sri Ramakrishna narrated, was out of his pure love and affection for his child M. And M said, really, what he is saying is so true. I long to come here. Whenever I am at my house, day and night I think only of him. I yearn to come and meet him. I long to come and see him. Those moments of samadhi, those wonderful teachings. And today Sri M is wondering how come that was another, role that Thakur was playing. And today, with all these young boys, he is making merry, so joyous, as if he is of the same age of these young children. And Sri M thought, this particular place, I have started feeling Jeno Anandir heart boshiachi, as if a mart of joy is here in this room. And we remember our beloved Ma's words. Ma also, the same words Ma had spoken about Sri Ramakrishna when she was talking to one of her disciples much later. Our Ma had said, I never saw the master sad. He was joyous in the company of everyone. Were he a boy of 5 or a man of ripe old age, I never saw him, the master, morose, my child. And here M was seeing the master behaving with these 19-20-year-old boys like a 19-20-year-old boy. Hmm. And our Ma had further said that how blissful it was at Dakshineshwar. How many kinds of people came to him. It was as if a mart of joy was set up at Dakshineshwar. A mart of joy. Remember these words of Ma. And the same words uttered and written down by Sri M. Anandir heart বসিয়াছে. So, M, who had so far seen a world totally different, the world full of negativities, full of problems, full of bickerings, and here he was seeing a totally different scenario. Master in such a playful mood with these boys, master in such joyous moods with these boys. The same cheerfulness, the same playfulness, no more big philosophical talks, but a playfulness, in a playful mind, a mart of joy. And Sri M now writes about this particular thing further. Master অবাক হইয়া এই অদ্ভুত চরিত্র দেখিতেছেন, ভাবিতেছেন ইহারাই কি পূর্বদিনে সমাধি ও অদৃষ্টপূর্ব প্রেমানন্দ দেখিয়াছিলাম, সেই ব্যক্তি কি আজ প্রাকৃত লোকের ন্যায় ব্যবহার করিতেছেন, ইনি কি আমায় প্রথম দিনে উপদেশ দিবার সময়ে তিরস্কার করিলেছেন, ইনি কি আমায় তুমি কি জ্ঞানী বলেছিলেন, ইনি কি সাকার নিরাকার দুই সত্য বলেছিলেন, ইনি কি আমায় বলেছিলেন যে ঈশ্বরই সত্য আর সংসারে সমস্তই অনিত্য, ইনি কি আমায় সংসারে দাসীর মতো থাকতে বলেছিলেন. Now seeing this playful mood of Sri Ramakrishna, Sri M is in total wonderment. He's totally amazed to see this transformation in Sri Ramakrishna. And M started thinking, this was the unique the feature of Sri Ramakrishna that Sri M was seeing for the first time in his fourth visit as a peacock coming to have his dose of opium, and here he was seeing Sri Ramakrishna in such a playful and joyous mood. Sri M started thinking, was he the same person yesterday I saw him in such a blissful state of samadhi? That beautiful vision of loving beauty, that he was in the samadhi, those unblinking eyes, the hair standing on end, that beautiful smile on his lips, no movement of the body, don't know whether he was breathing. That wonderful sight, that beautiful sight of the person, is he the same person? I am wondering. সেই ব্যক্তি কি আজ প্রাকৃত লোকের ন্যায় ব্যবহার করিতেছেন, the same serene person who had crossed the realms of this normal plane into the divine realm. Is he the same person today behaving exactly like the ordinary man? That was a totally different man that I had seen. ইনি কি আমায় প্রথম দিনে উপদেশ দিবার সময় তিরস্কার করেছিলেন? Is he the same person who had reprimanded me during that visit, huh? Who had insulted me for that matter, that, oh Ramlal, he has even children. First of all, he says, oh, he is married and he has even got children. That way, Sri Ramakrishna had rebuked Sri M to bring him down on the level of a devotee rather than being a highly qualified Bhadralok of Kolkata. So, Sri Ramakrishna had beautifully brought him down, had cut asunder his ego. Ini কি আমায় তুমি কি জ্ঞানী বলেছিলেন? When Sri Ramakrishna had asked Sri M, what sort of person is your wife? And M had replied, Sri Ramakrishna had asked, Nividya or Avidya? And Sri M had replied, oh, she is good, but she is ignorant. And Sri Ramakrishna had retorted, and you are a man of knowledge? Or tumi ki gani? M didn't know what is knowledge. M thought only getting degrees and getting education in colleges and universities is gyan, knowledge. No, he didn't know. M was yet to know that time that getting a devotion to the lotus feet of the Lord, getting a love for the lotus feet of the mother, getting affection, yearning for getting onto the lap of mother is real knowledge. So M is wondering, is he the person who has retorted me by saying, Tumi ki gani? Ini ki shakar nirakar dui sotya bolechilen? Is he the same person who has taught me great lesson that day, that God with form as well as formless, both are reality, both are true. If you believe in God without form, don't think that God with form is true. And then he had explained to Sri M, when Sri M talked about that earthen image, and Sri Ramakrishna again had kind of verbally slapped him. Earthen? Matino? Mati keno go? Chinmoyi Murti. The image filled with eternal spirit. So that was how Sri Ramakrishna was molding M. And today, Sri M was wondering, is he the same person who taught me all those things that day? ইনি কি আমায় বলেছিলেন যে ঈশ্বর সত্য আর সংসারের সমস্তই অনিত্য? Is he the same person who had told me God is the only reality in this world, rest all is temporary, fading, nothing remains permanent, only God is real? ইনি কি আমায় সংসারে দাসীর মতো থাকতে বলেছিলেন? Is he the same person who is making such a fun and joy and frolic with these youngsters? Is he the same person who told me that remain in the world like the maid servant in the rich man's house? She does all the tasks. She brings up his children like her own. She says, Amar Ram, Amar Hori, but in the heart of hearts she knows this Ram, this Hari is not hers. Her Ram, her real Hari is there in her house in the village. Likewise, he had taught me. And today I see a totally different version of the same person. ঠাকুর শ্রী রামকৃষ্ণ আনন্দ করিতেছেন ও মাস্টারকে এক একবার দেখিতেছেন। দেখিলেন তিনি অবাক হইয়া বসিয়া আছেন। তখন রামলালকে সম্বোধন করিয়া বলিলেন, দেখ, আর একটু, এর একটু উমের বেশি কিনা, তাই একটু গম্ভীর। এরা এত হাসি খুশি করেছে, কিন্তু এ চুপ করে বসে আছে। মাস্টারের বয়স তখন 27 বছর হইবে। And Sri Ramakrishna is with those kids. He is making all the fun and frolic and joy. And while doing it, once in a while, he is also looking at Sri M, looking at Master, just glancing at him. And what he saw? He saw that Sri M was sitting in wonderment, was just amazing to see this new form, new personality of Sri Ramakrishna. দেখিলেন তিনি অবাক হইয়া বসিয়া আছেন। Then Sri Ramakrishna addresses Ramlal. তখন রামলালকে সম্বোধন করিয়া বলিলেন, and he said, দেখ, এরও একটু উমের বেশি কিনা, তাই একটু গম্ভীর, গম্ভীর. He said, you see, he is a little older than these youngsters, than these young boys. Therefore, he is a bit serious. গম্ভীর আছে. এরা এত হাসি খুশি করেছে. Look at those boys. They are having such a great fun. They are laughing, making merry. কিন্তু এ চুপ করে বসে আছে. But this person is just sitting silently, seriously, quietly. That's how Sri Ramakrishna commented upon the amazed M. মাস্টারের বয়স তখন 27 বরস হইবে. That time, Master Sri M was 27 years old. And they were all just in their late teens. And M was 27. So Sri Ramakrishna observed this particular thing in M, and he remarked to Ramlal, oh Ramlal, see, these boys are making such a great fun, such a great joy, and this fellow being older, being slightly of a older age, he's sitting quietly, so grim and serious, and wondering to see the change in Sri Ramakrishna. কথা কহিতে কহিতে পরম ভক্ত হনুমানের কথা উঠিল। হনুমানের ফটো একখানি ঠাকুরের ঘরের দেয়ালে ছিল। ঠাকুর বলিলেন, দেখো, হনুমানের কি ভাব, ধন মান দেহ সুখ কিচ্ছুই চাই না, কেবল ভগবানকে চাই। যখন স্ফটিক স্তম্ভ থেকে ব্রহ্মাস্ত্র নিয়ে পালাচ্ছে, তখন মন্দোদরী অনেক রকম ফুল নিয়ে লোভ দেখাতে লাগলো। ভাবলে ফলের লোভে নেমে এসে অস্ত্রটা যদি ফেলে দেয়। কিন্তু হনুমান ভুলবার ছেলে নয়, সে বললে, গীত শ্রীরাম কল্পতরু, আমার কি ফলের অভাব। শ্রী হনুমান is singing the song. পেয়েছি যে ফল, জনম সফল, মোক্ষ ফলের বৃক্ষ রাম হৃদয়ে, শ্রীরাম কল্পতরু মূলে বসে রই, যখন সে ফল বাঞ্ছা সেই ফল প্রাপ্ত হই। ফলের কথা কই, ধনী গো, ও ফুল গ্রাহক নই, যাব তোদের প্রতিফল দে দিয়ে। So Sri Thakur, while making all this fun and frolic with these youngsters and noticing Sri M's seriousness, commenting upon it, then slowly the talks started about the spiritual matters. And while talking, Sri Ramakrishna told about Hanuman, the story of Hanuman. Now, in the wall of Sri Ramakrishna's room, there was a photo of Sri Ramakrishna. The picture of photo of Hanuman on the wall of Sri Ramakrishna. The picture was there, and uh, pointing to that picture, then Sri Thakur said, Ramakrishna said, "Dekho Hanumaner ki bhav. Look, the state of mind of Hanuman. What was his state of mind? What was his mentality? What was his way of thinking? Dhon, মান, দেহ সুখ কিছুই চায় না, কেবল ভগবানকে চায়." He never yearned for his the riches, the money, his respect, how much respect people are giving. He never bothered for all these things. He never even wanted any pleasures of the body, no bodily pleasures. So, no money, no high name, no honor, or no bodily comforts for Hanuman. What he wanted? He only wanted God, his Sri Ram, Prabhu Ram. যখন স্ফটিক স্তম্ভ থেকে ব্রহ্মাস্ত্র নিয়েও পালাকাচ্ছে, তখন মন্দোদরি অনেক রকম ফল নিয়ে লোভ দেখাতে লাগলো. Now there is a story that Hanuman enters the palace of Ravan, and he has come to know that in one particular marble pillar, Ravan or Mandodari has hidden that Brahmastra, which Mandodari also knew. Ravan had hidden Brahmastra in that one marble pillar, Spotika Stambo, the white marble pillar. And Hanuman, having broken that pillar, had taken out the Brahmastra. Now Ravana's wife Mandodari was a bit shaken, afraid that this Brahmastra has got into the hands of Hanuman. Now the end of my husband is certain. So what she did? Hanuman, being a monkey, she started offering him so many fruits, bribing Sri Hanuman with the fruits. Imagine Hanuman being bribed with the fruits. Mandodari only saw the monkey form of Hanuman, and thinking that monkeys like fruits, she started tempting Hanuman with those fruits. অনেক রকম ফল নিয়ে লোভ দেখাতে লাগলো. She started tempting him with so many different varieties of fruits, thinking that ফলের লোভে, with the temptation of these fruits, this fellow Hanuman will throw the Brahmastra down and pick up the fruits. But then Hanuman ভুলবার ছেলে নয়. Hanuman is not the boy, he's not the child who can be tempted by the fruits, that he will throw what he has in his hands, the Brahmastra. He is not a person, he is not a child who can be tempted with ordinary fruits like any other monkey. No, he is Hanuman. So Hanuman started singing a song. Now this song, in fact, Thakur is singing before these youngsters and Sri M. Peje phol jonomo sofol. That the fruit that I have got, that fruit makes my life fruitful, that I have. Peje je phol jonomo sofol. The fruit I have got will make my life fruitful. মোক্ষ ফলের বৃক্ষ রাম হৃদয়ে. I am carrying the tree of Sri Ram. I am carrying that tree which is going to give me the fruit of liberation. That tree I am carrying in my heart, and that tree is Sri Ram. Sri Ram kalpataru mule boshe roi. He beneath, sitting beneath the kalpataru of Sri Ram, sitting beneath the tree, wish fulfilling tree of Sri Ram, I am sitting. যখন যে ফুল বাঞ্ছা সেই ফুল প্রাপ্ত হই. Whichever fruit I desire, whichever fruit I pray for, whichever fruit I wish for, I yearn for, Sri Ram, that Kalpataru, the wish fulfilling tree, will give me that fruit. Will give me the fruit, whichever fruit I think of. You are giving me this ordinary bananas and guavas and other fruits. My Sri Ram will give me whichever fruit I want. I want liberation as a fruit. My Sri Ram will give me that. ফুলের কথা কই ধনী গো, but the fruit which you are tempting me with, oh dear lady, oh ফুল গ্রাহক নই. For that common fruit I cannot bargain. That give me this fruit, I will give this Brahmastra. No. I have got the most holiest of the holy fruit I can get from that wish fulfilling tree, Kalpataru Sri Ram. I cannot bargain for your fruit with this fruit. ও ফল গ্রাহক নয়, যাব তোদের প্রতিফল যে দিয়ে. I am not that kind of bargainer that I will give you a return gift for this ordinary fruit. I know. So, ঠাকুর এই গান গাইতেছেন, আবার সেই সমাধি. And what happens? Thakur singing this song sung by Hanuman. Thakur has again entered Samadhi. See the change. Just a few moments back, he was such a fun-loving, fun-making youngster of 18, 19-year-old. Suddenly, singing this song, Thakur has got into the mood of Sri Hanuman and has entered Samadhi. What a fortunate, what a lucky person M is, seeing these two forms of Sri Ramakrishna at one point. And while he was thinking, while seeing this form, is he the same person who has given me such a big talk? He has taught me such a big lesson. Is he the same person now making merry with these youngsters? And while making this merry, when the talk came to Hanuman, when Thakur Sri Ramakrishna told the story of Hanuman and started singing this song that Hanuman sang to Mandodari, that I am not going to be tempted with these ordinary fruits. I've got a wish-fulfilling tree in my heart. I'm sitting under that tree. Whichever fruit I seek, I'm going to get it. My Sri Ram is going to give me that fruit. And singing, Sri Ramakrishna just entered Samadhi. The beautiful vision of Samadhi Sri M again saw. This time he was not to be told this is Samadhi. He knew about Shei Samadhi. So that's it about Sri M having two different visions of Sri Ramakrishna on this fourth visit. So we stop of reading here today. Next, we see what happens, what teaching Sri Ramakrishna has for Sri M, for the youngsters, and for all of us. Om Namah Shri Bhagavate Ramakrishna. Sri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu. Jai Thakur, Jai Ma, Jai Swamiji.